What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to... Now, the title of the video might be a little misleading. It says top 10 pumpkin bars ranked, but by the time I'm making this video now, it's actually more like top 12 pumpkin bars ranked. So, I need to give you a little disclaimer. If any of you guys are watching this that are new to the channel, you might not know this, but my other subscribers definitely know. I am not a very big fan of pumpkin stuff. So, you're going to see a lot of the bars towards the bottom of the list are actually going to be the bars that smell most like pumpkin. So, you're definitely... I should have added a trigger warning to this. You're definitely not going to agree with my list, but this is more so coming from someone who doesn't like the smell of pumpkin than someone who does. So, with that being said, let's get right into this. Number 12 on my list. Number 12 is going to be Evil Pumpkin. And to be honest, it's kind of, I would say it's kind of a medium type bar. It doesn't really have any special pumpkin ingredients. So it just it has the fragrance, it has the rest of it. And that's not a great reason for this to be on the bottom of the list. Because you're going to see another bar that is similar to this, that's a little higher up there. But it's just, it's kind of spicy, and it has somewhat of a pumpkin scent to it. It has some cinnamon, some spice. It's not quite as strong as some of the other bars, but it's definitely not the weakest either. So I would say it's right around the middle of potency compared to the rest of the pumpkin bars. It definitely has some spice to it, but I would just say it's just kind of a bland pumpkin bar. It's not the most accurate way to explain it, but I don't know. Bland's probably the wrong way to put it, because it definitely has a kick to it. It's just nothing about this bar really stands out to me compared to the rest of them. So that's my number 12. Number 11. So this is a company, and you're going to see a single review for this later on. Pumpkin Hollow from Dr. Jekyll Soap Company. This is actually a very good quality bar of soap, so I just want to make sure that that's out there. This is a really good quality bar of soap, and you'll see the review on this later on. This bar smells more like pumpkin pie than any of the bars I tried. It smells probably the most edible bar out of all of them. Very, very edible smelling. There is one other bar that smells pretty good, like it would taste good, but this bar smells very edible. The smell of pumpkin pie, I like the taste of pumpkin pie, but I really don't want to smell like a pumpkin pie. And that's what this bar smells like. It has a nice spice kick to it, but it also has a very strong sweetness. It actually smells very high quality though, so I don't want to knock them. I'm just telling you, as someone who doesn't love pumpkin, I don't love this bar. But if you love the smell of pumpkin, you love pumpkin pie, you love pumpkin spice, this is the bar for you, and I would definitely check this out if I were you. Also, just wanted to point out the name Pumpkin Hollow. This could be a reference to Sleepy Hollow. Most likely it is. Sleepy Hollow is actually in New York, if you guys didn't know that, which is where I am in New York. I'm not in Sleepy Hollow, but I'm in New York, and I have been to Sleepy Hollow, New York. It is really cool, especially this time of year. So if you guys are ever in New York, check it out. It's right near the city, so that's pretty cool. But it's a nice little town. So there's a nice state park nearby as well. So Pumpkin Hollow. All right, coming in at, so that was number 11. Coming in at number 10. I'm going to get some heat for this bar, let me tell you. Number 10. Psycho Pumpkin. This bar is the Spice King, filled with clove and cinnamon and patchouli. Super spicy. So if you like a nice, spicy, musky pumpkin bar, this is for you. And I do appreciate the spice to it. The only problem is, it's just too overpowering for me. It's just too much pumpkin. I can't handle all the pumpkin. So, if you guys like pumpkin, you're going to love this bar. If you like spice, you're going to love this bar. It's just too much for me. I can only handle it in small amounts. Too much. But, still a really well-made bar of soap. So, that's going to be my number 10. Moving on to number 9. This is probably one of the weakest scented bars, and I don't mind that. That's kind of how it made it so high up on the list, because it's very weak. Rustic Pumpkin. It's really just a nice, sweet smelling bar. It's not as strong until you use it in the shower. Then it's a little stronger, but they mixed it with goat's milk, and it has a very nice lather. It kind of has that lather signature scent from the company. I honestly don't love it, but I don't hate it either, and it's definitely not overpowering. So if that's something that you're not, if you're more into the more subtle scents, you're really gonna like Rustic Pumpkin here. That is my number 9 bar. Number 8. Number 8 is actually, I wish I had the box with me. I don't, because I bought it before it came in a box. I bought it when it still came in the paper slips, I believe. And that is the Twisted Pumpkin Bar by Subsea Bear. Another one I'm going to get hated on for having so low. Twisted Pumpkin, again, if you love the smell of pumpkin, you're going to love Twisted Pumpkin. It might even be your favorite. It's like pumpkin butter. I'll tell you what, out of all the bars, Twisted Pumpkin has the best lather. So let me just say that. Twisted Pumpkin has the best lather out of every pumpkin bar I tried. Hands down. It's just super smooth and creamy. It just has such a natural pumpkin scent that I dislike it, because it just smells so much like natural pumpkin. So that's how it ended up being where am I at now? Number 8 on the list? I think I'm at number 8. Yes, number 8. So that's how that ended up there. Now for number 7, I have Wicked Pumpkin. Honestly, Wicked Pumpkin is not really a bar I super enjoy. It's more of a fragrance type bar, and it's not too overpowering. It does have a little bit of spice, a little bit of a musky scent to it, but it's kind of toned down. It's almost like a toned down version of a few other bars combined. So that's probably why I like it a little bit at least. So that's my number 7 bar, Wicked Pumpkin by Dapper Yankee. Now moving on to am I at number 6 now? I must be at number 6. Okay. Number 6 is another bar I tried recently for the first time ever. Should be released on the website soon. By the time this video is out, it might already be online for sale. That is Small Business Haunted Pumpkin by Mystery Mountain Soap. This, honestly, it's actually a really good bar, and it sucks putting it at number 6 because it seems like it's around the middle of the pack, but it's actually a really good bar. The lather on this, I would say, is probably the second best lather out of all the bars, right behind Twisted Pumpkin. It's a very, very good lather, and the scent is around a medium, but it really lasts, and it really opens up in the shower. It has some nice spice to it. The pumpkin's in there, but it's not too pumpkin forward. It's definitely just a very well balanced bar full of great ingredients. So, as much as I don't like pumpkin, it is a pretty decent bar, and you'll see why this is at number 6 once I get to the rest of them. So that's my number 6 bar right here. Number 5, this one surprised me. So this is Valhalla's Freakin Pumpkin Bar, and this one, I would say, did not smell as much like pumpkin as I expected it to, which worked out in my favor. This one has more of a cologne type scent, kind of similar to Wood Barrel Bourbon, but probably a little better even. It definitely had a nice cologne scent to it, and I like it, and the lather was pretty decent in the shower also, so I can't complain. Great artwork on the bar. I was impressed. It wasn't what I was expecting, but I was pretty happy with this bar. Good enough to make it number 5 on the list. So that's Valhalla right there. Number 4 is actually really a bar that surprised me. This is the Autumn Essence by Mountain Goat Soap Company. Once I actually tried this, you do get hints of blackberry in there. You get a little bit of pumpkin mixed with a nice amount of clove spice in there also. You get a little bit of apple in there. It's actually a very nice, complex, fallish scent. So you do get hints of pumpkin, but it actually really just smells like a nice fall day at the at the apple orchard. There's a pumpkin patch there, and I think it might be overlooked, but it's a really good bar. Now we're in the top 3. This is where I become a hypocrite. All right. So number 3 is going to be Dead Hollow, and I know I complained about it not having any special ingredients in these bars, but the scent of Dead Hollow, this is the one where it's probably even more edible smelling than Pumpkin Hollow. It's like butter pecan and pumpkin and all sorts of good stuff, cinnamon. It just smells so good. It's like right behind Red Hollow in my opinion. The scent on here is just absolutely nailed. And it smells like fall, it smells like Thanksgiving, like Halloween. It just smells so good. Like, aside from not having any special ingredients, it's fantastic. So that's my number 3. I guess number 1 and number 2 are a little bit predictable. Of course, forgot to mention we had our special guest over here one last time. So he goes somewhere over here. I'm not going to lie, I can't see great out of this thing. Alright, number 2 is going to be Headless Rinse. And I just thought this had just the best amount of, yes, there is some pumpkin, but it's really more so like a cologne type scent. Very, very smooth. This bar also has a really great lather. It's just such a soft, bright, cologne, fresh scent, and I absolutely love it. And it's probably because I don't like pumpkin. That's probably why I do like this bar. But I just love this bar. My number 2 overall. And that brings me to the predictable number 1. But number 1 nonetheless, Drunken Pumpkin, becoming obsolete. But it still has that great cologne scent. And I still think it's better than Wood Barrel Bourbon. Nice cologne scent, but still has the smooth pumpkin aspect also. My number one. They need to bring it back. Bring it back in a double pack with Headless Rinse. And honestly, if they had a pack where they had Werewolf Wash, Headless Rinse, and Drunken Pumpkin, I could retire. I'd be happy. So, anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. Make sure you guys let me know what your favorite pumpkin bars are in the comments. Let me know your top 5, top 10, whatever it might be. We got the werewolf in the background. We are all ready to go. Well, we were all ready to go. Anyway, that's going to wrap this up, and we will see you next time.